Hello, friends. Happy weekend. Hold on. There we go. I had an echo. That happens to me every time. Every time I stream. I have an echo at the beginning and then I have to fix it. It's fine. It's fine. I hope everyone had a lovely week and that you are relaxing here on the weekend. Or maybe you're working on the weekend. I don't know. But I hope you are feeling well regardless. So we are picking up end of day 2 and into day 3, and I realized I'm not wearing my glasses, so I'm going to need them. Be right back. Hey, I'm well prepared. And good morning, Halo, and good morning, Chloe. Thank you for your lovely compliment on my shirt, Halo. This is one of my faves, and I wear it a lot on this stream, and people must think that I own like 2 shirts, which isn't far off from the truth. Here we go. And so I think I talked a little bit last week about where Ellie is in the story and like where she is emotionally and all that stuff that she's sort of she's cresting over into this
Here we go.
very obsessive, I'm not going to wait for Jesse, I don't care, I'm just going to go. Which, you know, I can relate to and I can understand, and at the same time part of me is like, ugh, Ellie. But I'm like, yeah, I get it. Halo and Chloe, how are you all doing today? I mean, I guess you told me how you are a little bit, but no, I have one. Heck yeah, BioShock 2. I'll have to stop by your stream later when I'm finished with my stream. Saturday is like the stream day. Which I love, because it means I can have multiple streams going at once for people that I like. And I dig that. Oh, is it crazy, Chloe? Good crazy or bad crazy? A dramatic reading. Randy Stiles. Real name, Randall Stiles. Brains, 100. Brawn, 80. Affiliation, none. Once he was Dr. Uckman's research partner, working late nights to develop all manner of technology for the betterment of mankind, until one day he just vanished. Months later, reports surfaced of Stiles showing up in numerous places all over the world. A brief appearance in Mexico, a short stint in Japan, a materialization in the Australian outback. With each visitation, he helps people in need and vanishes again. Some speculate Stiles obtained this ability through an accident with Dr. Uckman's experimental quantum teleporter, though he vehemently denies those claims. Neutral. They just reached 1 million euros. Whoa! That's no joke. That's no, like, little amount.
Okay, progress.
I mean, you went through a window, Ellie. Was it that much progress? Listen, maybe it was. I don't want to judge. I'm like, I don't want to judge, as I just judged so hard. It's fine.
Feel her love. The fuck?
Feel her love written in blood. Like, I feel something. Journal. Jesse's here. This is good. He can help protect Dina. It felt good having him around to deal with WLF. Maybe he can help us find these people more quickly. I don't want to hear anything about turning back. Feel her love. Who the fuck are these people? Why did they do this? Isn't that something we all want to know? They're collecting money for Amnesty International during the whole weekend, and last year they reached 3 million. Whoa. That is fantastic. Dang. I'll have to stop by there after my Strimstram. Oh, right. I'm pretty sure that my first playthrough, I missed this bit entirely, which was so unfortunate. Okay. I will take this brick. That was kind of a weird throw, but it's fine. It worked. I really dig that in so many of these places when you go in... Chloe, thank you for the follow. You are a rock star. Oh, I'm pretty sure that my alert box is covered right now. Hey, it's fine. That's not what I meant to do. I just realized I wasn't following Shame on Me. No, not shame on you at all. But I do appreciate you following. But I dig how in so many of these places that you go into, just the detail of having doors blocked by like furniture and stuff like that. It's such a little thing, but I think it's so nice and speaks so much to just the state of the world in general. And it happens in like so many of the places that you go into, which would make sense because that's how it would be. Ooh. I 100% would like fall to my death. A dramatic reading. Shift. Real name, Gail Price. Brain 60, Brawn 60. Affiliation, Society of Champions. At first glance, Gail Price looks and acts like a typical teenager, mood swings and all. But those mood swings power her ability to increase the velocity of matter. When happy, she directs this power outwards, increasing the speed of her allies and throwing her enemies off balance. When sad, she directs the power inward, allowing her to outrun her enemies and make the rest of the world feel sluggish. Though powerful, she is an unpredictable ally and an easy target for the mind manipulation tricks of Motivator. Neutral hero. I wonder what that's a metaphor for. Someone whose powers come from their emotional state. I don't need this on. I really like, too, that at this point, that they made the decision, like, as creators and storytellers, to once again have Ellie be traveling alone. Ooh, look, a note. Simon, I hope you never read this note. I hope I can crumple it up, burn it, when you return for us. It's been, I don't even know how many hours since you left. I went out to look for you and these hooded people stopped me. They shouted at me, called me a sinner, then started shooting. I ran back in and barricaded the door. All I can hear is the rain, but I'm worried they're still out there. Should I run? Should I stay? I feel completely paralyzed. I'm sorry I got so sick. I'm sorry I let you go to the hospital by yourself. I'm sorry I didn't stay hidden like you told me. If anything happens to me, I want you to know how much I love you. Please come back. I'm so scared. Paige. Yeah, Amanda's right, Ellie. Yeah, but I really like that they go back to Ellie traveling by herself a little bit here. Because excuse me. Because I think it's so much of what her journey is. I think there's like this beautiful balance in the way they tell the story between like Ellie traveling with Dina or Ellie traveling a little bit with Jesse and Ellie traveling by herself. Because I think it really just speaks to what she's going through. And the fact that she does feel so isolated and she does feel so alone, even when she has people around her that love her and that she loves. Yeah, I was sad to not see her and Dina more, but I agree with you. Yeah, I mean, I would have loved... I would have selfishly loved to see more of her and Dina, because I just think that they have a great chemistry together, and they just have a lovely relationship. But from the standpoint of telling the story that they wanted to tell, I think that they made the right choice to tell it the way they told it, which ultimately is what you want as a storyteller, is to be able to tell the story that you want to tell the way that you want to tell it. I think that made sense. Oh, no. Nope, missed it again. This arrow is just hanging out in the air. But it's fine, I will take it.
All right.
You know, and I always think it's nice in this game, and not just 2 in particular, but I said this as I was playing through 1, that I always think it's nice. Well. All right, Ellie. I always think it's nice when Ellie has a period of, or when any of the characters have a period of fighting with infected, as opposed to fighting with people, I always think it speaks to a very particular... Oh, look. Just arrows all over the place. It speaks to like a very particular thing that they're going through, you know, and whether they're fighting people, and like building the world around that, and who are they fighting, and what is this meant to say in terms of storytelling? Is it meant to show us like the brutality of the world or the brutality of the characters or whatever it is, versus fighting infected? I feel like is always just a reminder of the world that they're living in, and always just a reminder of like, hey, it's not just kind of the people that are a little shitty in this world, it's the whole situation, and the people are a little shitty in this world because of this. Seattle D1 will always be my fave because of the relationship building between Ellie and Dina. Yeah, I mean, I think it's beautiful. And I think that they crafted them so well together. As individual people, obviously, and then also as a couple. You know, I think that their personalities really mesh in a lovely way. Like, they have such strong differences and then certain similarities that are wonderful, and they complement each other so well. Which is so nice to see. So nice to see two characters that are so different. Being able to deal with how different they are, or not deal with how different they are, as the case may sometimes be. As they go along. And then adding on the level of, oh, we're also, you know, killing zombies and trying to find this woman in this group that did this terrible thing. There's that too, in this dystopia. But I really do enjoy these like sprawling sections of quieter gameplay, where it's like, oh, you're finding some infected as you go along. How am I doing on bombs? I'm doing well. But that you're just, so often you're just getting these like beautiful sections of just, you know, downtown Seattle or whatever it is. And I mean, it's just like the detail is gorgeous. And the fact that you're able to go into so many of the buildings, and that in the buildings more of the story is kind of told to you. Oh, right. I have to get down.
Alright. Let's see what they got in here.
And I think that that's a somewhat unique like mechanic or storytelling technique, or that's a mechanic or storytelling technique that is somewhat unique to video games. I think because it's kind of like your decision as a player whether or not you want to go into all these buildings, whether or not you want to see all these things and get all these pieces of this story, versus something like a book or a film or a television show where you're seeing something that has been curated. And I mean, video games are curated as well, but, you know, every shot and every moment in a television show is curated specifically for like what you see, and you see the 60 minutes of it, the 2 hours of it, the, you know, the 400 pages of it, and you're not necessarily, your mind may be going outside of it and sort of building your own headcanons and stuff like that, but mostly what they're giving to you is the story, and you can infer, obviously, things about future episodes, or your brain can be unraveling the story as you go and all of that, but it's not like you're watching something and you're like, oh, I want this character to go into this building, and then they do. just because you wanted that. Which would be a very interesting thing. I mean, I guess we had Bandersnatch, which kind of was like you making decisions in a certain capacity. But mostly television and film don't do that. I don't know why I'm saying this like you don't know that. You do. Yes, that's something I love too, being able to explore and build the world through the notes. Yeah, I mean, that's something I always like in video games, period, but that I especially love in this series. I think it really fleshes out the world in a really cool way. I don't know, should I trigger this? Should I fight these people? Do I want to? Do I need to? This scared the shit out of me the first time I played. I mean, I don't think I'm alone in that, but it scared the shit out of me, triggering the fight here by using the bench. Jesus. What is my phone buzzing at me? Phone, don't you know that I'm streaming? I jumped so hard and literally screamed out loud at this part. Yeah, there were a couple of times that I screamed. Oh right, it's locked because that's where they come through. But yeah, this was definitely like, oh shit, oh shit. But I liked that, and I think it's been talked about in interviews and stuff like that. I like that they went so far as to kind of break the unspoken contract that has been set in previous iterations of this game or of this series, and even previously in this game, where when you're at a workbench, you're safe, and you're safe for that moment. And I like that it sort of broke that again to remind us just just that the world is not, there is no safe place. Just like there was that little bit of the reminder at the beginning that it's like, hey, Jackson is this beautiful and wonderful place, but it's also your past choices and the past things that you've done may come after you, even if you live in this really beautiful settlement and are trying to, get everything together. Some people may not be able to understand that at the time. Ooh, look, a note. A dramatic reading. Oh, Ellen. Darling, I got everything packed, but Fedra's already starting to put people on buses, and I have no idea where you've disappeared to. If I'm gone before you get back, I stashed a few of my things in the safe. Maybe an overabundance of caution, but Fedra's been confiscating things due to quarantine. All smells fishy to me. Combination is still set to our wedding date. I mean, it's been 30 years, but I assume you remember when it was, right? See you soon. Love, Ellen. I like that there's a little smiley face there. Dramatic readings are my favorite. It's almost like ASMR with you. Well, thanks. I mean, I'm nerdy. I went to school for theater. I enjoy them. All right, October 8th, 2013. Math. October 8th, 10/8/83. 10/8.
There.
A dramatic reading. Star sign. I love these cards so much. I mean, I like the coins too, and what they represent to Abby, but to be honest, I prefer the cards. But that's just me because I'm a huge nerd. Star sign. Real name, Zhang Li. Brains, 80. Brawn, 80. Affiliation, Society of Champions. Once a humble museum curator, Zhang Li was pored over Han Dynasty scrolls when he found himself transformed by the spirit of the great Chinese emperors. Now, depending on the hour of the day, he takes on the elemental power from each sign of the Chinese zodiac: Terrakinesis, Pyrokinesis, Aquakinesis, Ferrokinesis, and Arborkinesis. He also takes on both positive and negative personality traits of each sign, which can be an advantage or disadvantage depending on the situation. Hope you catch him at a good time of the day. Neutral hero. This is cool. I think that's a really cool power to have. And I love that he's called Star Sign. And I think, again, so many of these cards speak to elements of these characters and their current emotional states and their future emotional states and just what they're going through at any given point. And I am here for it. Ellie must have some, like, serious bruises on her shins and shit. I have to admit, I love your way of narrating. Thank you. That's very sweet. I am trying to do more work in voiceover. Doo-doo-doo. Aw, Halo.
All right.
I appreciate, again, this is such a small thing, but I appreciate it so much. I appreciate the decay of certain things, like certain signs that would have been there 25 years ago, or just things in general, and not just buildings, but the little things, the things inside the buildings and the things outside the buildings, the street signs and all of that stuff, just this natural decay that has happened over years of no one caring for any of it. And how you can see that inside, away from some of the elements, it's a little bit better. And then when you get outside, it's like they get dirty, they get rusted, they get crappy. And I'm here for it. I don't need that bottle of alcohol that's up on the thing. Yeah, I love the moldy look on a lot of the buildings because of the rain and the flooding. Yeah, I just think it's a nice, again, it's just a nice little nod.
Oh, come on. Yes. That actually worked.
Yeah.
That's pretty smart, Ellie.
And I like that there's a sign that's like, no dumpsters on ramp, in case you didn't know. Again, it's such a nice little, like, in case you didn't know what you were supposed to do. This little sign kind of gives you a clue. And I love this, like, visual of the sun coming through. I don't know. That was nerdy, but I dig it. So much of the like, quote, cinematography, which I guess is technically cinematography. That was rude of me to put it in quotes. But I think it's so gorgeous in this game.
Okay.
Oh, you got stuck here on your first playthrough, Halo? Yeah, until you saw the sign. Yeah, the reason that I knew what to do, though, was because I think earlier in the game I had picked up when I was trying to get up on something and the dumpster was like on a little bit of a ramp, and I saw it kind of go down, fall down the ramp. And even though it wasn't a mechanic that was used right then, I was like, oh, there was a reason that they added that. that they added that like little put it up on the ramp, you get on it to get on something, but you can see that it's falling down. I was like, I bet that'll be used later. And then it was. So that's the only reason that I didn't necessarily need that sign. I only noticed that sign, I think, on the second or third playthrough.
Fuck. Thought I'd be closer.
I love this shot. I think it is. Like, I love this building right here. And, like, the windows, gross and falling apart, and the building just filled with holes. You know, and this beautiful, like, shot of all of the trees and all of the nature that have just overgrown everything in the city. You know, and off in the distance, you can see stuff, and you can just see all of these buildings with missing windows, and, you know, and you can see the birds just so much. And you can see, like, the sky bridge, which I love. Which, again, I didn't notice, I think, until my second or third playthrough, that I looked out and I was like, oh, I know what that is. And just so many little things that speak to the state of the world, and also, again, the state of what's going on with the characters. The Comic Expo.
Nice.
Oh, I guess I am pretty full on supplies. But a dramatic reading. Arch enemy. Real name, Marcus Fordham. Brain 60, brawn 60. Affiliation, none. A former army sharpshooter and a seasoned bow hunter, this vigilante's path was forged when his family was caught in the crossfire between the New Dogs and Society of Champions. Destroyed by grief, he turned to the most dangerous game, not human, but superhuman. Donning high-tech camouflage and claiming the moniker Arch Enemy, he's menaced both sides of the war with his hunter's instinct, compound bow, and arsenal of high-tech traps. Neutral villain. And I think this is a great card because I think it speaks both to Ellie and Abby. For obvious reasons. Doo-doo-doo. Halo, are you still streaming Walking Dead? Walking Dead, right? That's what it's called? Or not what it's called, but like it is a Walking Dead IP. Yep. Awesome. I caught bits and pieces of the last one that you did, but work has been... Ooh, look at all the bugs. Work has been keeping me on my toes. Oh, right. Now we're gonna get into the stalkers. Fuck Seattle, am I right?
Fucking wolf. Serves you right.
Ooh, Ellie. That line sticks with me, because I think it's... You know, Ellie has been kind of brutal and cold before about certain things. Like, it's certainly not necessarily anything that's new. She's always had that part of her in her. But I remember the first time I played the game and she was like, fucking wolf serves you right, and I was like, ooh.
Shit. Fuck me.
That's really shows us like the point that she is at. And not only the fact that she's gotten there, but I think there's also sort of a psychological thing where she's had to go there and she's had to be that for herself, because I think there's something in her that recognizes that if she were to truly humanize these people, that she couldn't do these things. And so she turns off that part of herself to be able to do this thing that she wants to do, or to be able to try to do this thing that she wants to do. I love that one chomping on it like it's a turkey leg.
Need to find a way out of here.
I hate stalkers. I hate them. I don't like them. Oh, season 2, episode 2 today.
Outside.
Well, I can't wait to stop by later and watch what I can. Beth would. Oh, damn it. Beth would be proud I organized all my cables last night. Something that I had been in desperate need of doing. Oh, hello. I like that they run away from you, too. And that was kind of a lucky shot. These stalkers are so scary. I know. I think when I can't remember what time of day. Oh. I can't remember what time of day I played it for the first time, because it came out on the 19th, and it was 9 p.m. Pacific time when it came out, and I played until like 4 or 5 in the morning, and then I took a nap, and then I got up the next day and played more, and then I think I took another nap, and then I finished, because I think it took about 24 hours total for me to finish my first playthrough. And I can't remember when I was playing this, but I do remember that I was just terrified at this moment. I was more terrified here than I was facing the Rat King. I know you can't find them in listening mode. It's wild, you know, and they fucking creep up on you. It's like, I get it. They're called stalkers. That's what they do. It's a smart evolution. And that's what nature does. It evolves. But, man, they're fucking... Nope. I also like that, again, I think it's strategic to put her fighting all of these infected, and especially all of these stalkers at this point, because I think it really... One, she is like by herself, so you're not trying to fight all of these stalkers with, like, you know, your companion, which, not that you wouldn't be able to do it, you would, because there are ways that the game allows that. But I appreciate that she's doing it by herself, because I think it really speaks to where she is emotionally. You know, it's like these stalkers, even though they can be in groups, it's like they mostly work alone. And I think there's something to be said to... Oh. Oh, this stupid dude. Oh. You know, I also think there's something to be... Okay. Oh, there he is. there's something to be said for, you know, how they move and how they attack. It's quite Ellie-like, but also how many of them there are at this point, you know, and it's making it harder and harder for her to get to her goal, and it's also making her have to, and making us, by default, have to sort of figure out new ways to move through the world. And I think that's something that she's not really necessarily interested in doing at this point. You know, it's like she just wants to do it. She wants to get through. She wants to do it her way. And there are just things kind of at every turn that aren't allowing her to do that. This stuff is so gross and also, like, so stunning at the same time. Like, that really is gorgeous and also disgusting. There it is.
Much farther.
How's the sound for y'all? Is the sound a little low? Maybe it's just a little low for me because my sound is low.
Okay. Head down to the street.
This part on Grounded was so hard, y'all. It was so hard. I know you're in there. Where are you? Oh, of course you fucking noticed me. It's also like this part is so particularly brutal because it comes on the heels of a part that is so difficult. Where it's like you're fighting all of those stalkers and trying to get through, you know, where you could potentially sneak or you could decide, you know, to fight them all or whatever it is, but it is a part that's so taxing. And to come right into this part, which is also so taxing, is like, oh. And again, I think it really speaks to this works too. Again, I think it speaks to everything that Ellie's going through to like to get through what she needs to get through, and also acting as a reminder of like this world is shitty and this world is really brutal. And also just from a standpoint of gameplay, fun. And difficult, and a new challenge. But something that I do love so much about so many games, again, but these games in particular, is that it always seems like the gameplay elements that are used, and not just the mechanics, but any given, you know, whether you're fighting the Seraphites at one point or you're fighting just hunters or you're fighting infected or whatever it is, like all the elements of gameplay in that capacity serve the story in some way. And serve like pushing it forward, and I love that. Okay. Apparently I didn't move fast enough. I got too distracted talking about shit. And I killed Ellie, and that's what I get.
Fuck, Seattle.
I feel you, Ellie. I do. I can only imagine that this is truly foul. Ah. I was trying to attack you with a bottle, but it wasn't happening.
Fucker.
I love that the silencers are made out of, like, rags and bottles. I dig it. I dig it. I dig it. That's a wall. Oh, okay. That works too. I actually like how we get like moments of kind of being under Seattle, you know, and being in this sewer-like space or the basement-like space, but that it's different from part one, where I think there's a significant amount of time that you spend in sewers. And in this part, like, I like that it kind of changes that a little bit. In different ways, because there are still plenty of times that you like fall through floors and stuff like that, because that's Ellie's luck. I mean, you feel like every time she tries to walk across something, she just falls through the floor, like, into the basement. But I appreciate that there are just so many levels in this game where it's like you do spend time in the sewer, but you also spend time on the roads and in the streets and in parks, and, you know, obviously when we get to Abby, you spend time in the literal sky.
through the park.
Every time, I have played this so many times, and every time I try to sneak at this point and hope that I don't get hit by the arrow. And I know that every time I'm gonna get hit by the arrow because it's part of the game, but I'm always like, maybe I won't this time. Ridiculous. That's a thick arrow, too. Look at that. Oh, brutal.
Fuck.
Oh, jeez. Nah, I'll just keep going. I know there's a note. Like, you can only get the note if you kill everybody. But I already have the platinum. I don't need to kill everybody to get the note. Oh, man. I see you. Brick, I'm headed out to start my stream. I'll see you later. I'll see you later, Halo. Thanks for stopping by. Enjoy your stream, and I will stop by and hang out with y'all later. Oh, god damn it. You know, I was gonna try not to kill everybody. Ah, damn it. What are you doing? Oh, God. Oh, God. Can I shoot through the fence? Yes, I can. Oh.
Caught you, wolf!
Ooh. Brutal. Oh no, it's a note. It's an entry. It's not a note.
Jesus. These must be the scars.
This part is the best area in the game for photo mode if you stand in the oil. Yeah, and turn the filter on warm in the flaming car. Yup. Yes, it is.
Better not have strung Nora up.
It's... Oh, God, look at that. Look at that. Look at how wild that is. Like, that's gorgeous. Apparently I don't have my, like, fancy photo mode enabled. Where it's like, you know, the double press. Yeah, it's just like, God. Look at it all. Look at that. Oh my God. It looks like Ellie doesn't have feet. I'm glad that you're here to enjoy me taking photos. But truly, this really is too cool. I don't want to share it. I just wanted to save it. Oh, that's cool too. God damn it. Oops. God, that's cool too. That's cool too. Vintage is cool. I just want it all. Monty, hello. Welcome. Thank you for following. We're just taking photos right now of this moment because it's cool. So I'm just taking this photo with multiple filters. But I promise I will move on. Oops, no. Yeah, I will get to I will get back to gameplay. It was just this was so cool that I wanted to stop and take a photo. And one photo turned into multiple photos. Oh. I guess Nightbot doesn't allow link posting. I thought that I allowed link posting. But I guess not. I don't know what happened. I'm still playing around with my Nightbot Monty, so I'm sorry. I guess it thought you were trying to post too many links or something. I don't know. Nightbot thought that you were trying to post links. It said it timed you out for 5 seconds. Reason: stop posting links. I don't know. I paused Nightbot. I'm still trying to figure it out. I only enabled Nightbot a couple weeks ago, so I'm still trying to play with it. But I'm sorry. All right, now I'm done. Now I'm done with my 12,000 screenshots. Yeah, that's so weird. This part is the best area in the game for photo mode. Oh, yeah, Smelly It. Yeah, I already read that. Yes, it does, and I took photos. Yeah, Monty, I am sorry about that. That was very weird. Oh, I'm going to do a dramatic reading of my journal entry. Lake Hill, Seattle, hospital. I think this is it. Watch for big red sign. Scars. Fuck these people. Stay focused on why you're here. God, I love her little sketches. And she does them so fast. It's always so impressive, Ellie. I think it's cool to go from fighting all of the infected that you're fighting and all the stalkers and everything like that to, you know, being in the sewer very briefly to... It's cold in my house. I'm sorry, Monty. Do you have heat? Maybe you could turn on your heat? It is hot in my house because it's about 90 degrees where I live. And so, I'm sorry. We should like swap weathers. But yeah, so like you're in the sewer, you know, and you come up and then you're immediately met with these seraphites, which again is sort of it's a nice quote unquote respite from fighting the infected that you've been fighting. And I think it pushes the story along too in so many ways, because it's like, okay, we finally get to meet these people that we've been reading about. And the first time essentially that we meet them is being shot with an arrow, you know, and then kind of creeping through and seeing what they look like, seeing that they're wearing these hoods, or these like hooded jackets, you know, and just getting a little kind of brief taste of quote unquote who they are. But it's interesting for it to be, you know, like an attack encounter, because it puts a certain taste in our mouth about them, which will then be tested once, you know, we get to Abby. Which is, I think, kind of a common theme in this game, is presenting something and then turning it on its head. Which, personally, I dig in storytelling, but not everybody does. What is a Nightbot? Nightbot is... it's like an automatic moderator. And so you can set it to do... You can set it to do certain things. So I can set it to... like certain words, if I want to moderate certain words in the chat or something, I can set Nightbot to pay attention to them, and if someone posts something with that particular word, it will come up, and I can either allow Nightbot to let the message through, or I can just delete the message, but it kind of just moderates the chat for me while I'm streaming, because I'm a one-woman show, so I can't moderate the chat when I'm streaming. And so I think it had whatever was happening with links or something, because it said that you were trying to post links. It must have triggered something that I didn't look at yet in my Nightbot that had to do with links. Yeah. If anyone finds this note, my wife Paige is waiting for me back at the old conference center at Pike and Convention, right across from the brew pub. Please take her this medicine. She's pregnant and could die without it. I thought I could make it, but I've lost too much blood. I was sprinting through the woods, heard some whistles, and then an arrow pierced my side. I ducked into this place. Think I'm safe. Can't get any worse, right? Starting to feel cold. Stole all this medicine from the hospital. Should have grabbed some blood, too. Bad joke. Never mind. She'll tell you. I'm always making bad jokes. If you find Paige, tell her I went peacefully. Tell her I hope they live happy lives. Tell her I love her. And tell her if it's a boy, don't name the kid after me. Go with the name we picked. Simon Vickers. Oof. Sorry, buddy. That sucks. I like how Ellie always teeters on things before jumping down. I mean, Abby does too. I mean, all the characters do, but I just think it's funny. I guess I'm full on all this stuff. I have to go study, but good luck on your playthrough.
Here we go.
Good luck studying, Smelliot. Thank you for stopping by.
I think I can fit.
I hope studying goes very well.
Don't do this! I was explaining something. I'll tell you about it. Stop me. Listen.
They are mastered with sin.
I didn't want to.
Breathe.
Oh, shit!
Huh? Arthur! We're under attack! It came from back there! No! It came from that way! No. Damn it. Hannah! Think it came from that direction! Get eyes everywhere. See who's out there.
You good? Thank you. I think some of the time I'm lucky. Oh, it's so brutal. The deaths are so brutal. It's again, it's from where I'm sitting, a smart storytelling choice to introduce the Seraphites, you know, in the way that they do in the previous small park encounter, and then to expand it here where you find them with this guy that's that's tied up, that they're about to essentially disembowel. And the space is also bigger than the small park that we were just in. It's like everything has suddenly become bigger and more sprawling in relation to these Seraphites. It's almost like you get this small little contained interaction with them, and then suddenly it like explodes and is this much bigger space where you're fighting against them and you're trying to fight your way through, and you're trying to just get to the hospital that you want to get to do this thing that you just want to do so badly, or that Ellie just wants to do so badly. Is he calling a dog with the whistle? No. That is how they communicate with each other, and so they almost have this kind of like war cry. I don't know that I want to call it a war cry. I don't know that that's really what it is. But they sort of have this language when they're out and about with each other, these Seraphites, they're called. And that's how they communicate when they're out in the world, assumedly so that other people that aren't them don't know what they're saying. Yeah, it's a cool mechanic that I appreciate because I also think it adds tension for the player, of course, because I don't understand what they're saying either. You know, it's not just like Ellie that doesn't know. Of course, I also don't know.
Gotcha.
Yep, I see you. Sheila, hello. Good day. Just creeping through some seraphites. You know how it is. I'm a little sleepy. Hey, I feel you. I hope you got some good sleep, though. All right, listen. Not everyone needs to see me all at once. I love the extent of this particular portion with the seraphites, because it's not that it's like hugely, hugely long, but it just grows into this, again, this like sprawling space that you're encompassing and that you're trying to like fight this group of people in. And trying to like, you know, sneak by or not sneak by or, you know, whatever you want to do. Oh, damn it. So close. Guess not. Oh, what a waste of an arrow. Curses. Glad you were getting some downtime to play a little games. Me too. I need it. It rejuvenates me. My brain is still working a little slowly. I feel like I'm not as quite as chatty about story as I generally am, but that's okay. I feel like I'm hitting the big points that I want to hit in terms of story. Since that is, after all, the majority of what the stream's about. How did he not see me? Is that the only one? Guess so. And then this guy's gonna come through. This guy's a dick.
You motherfucker!
Oh, shit. Listen, no one wants your arrows. You're a dick. Okay, Ellie, I'm gonna need you to move. This works too.
Okay.
Oh, there you are. You were a little slow, bro.
Jesus Christ.
I'm angry that I can't pick up his arrows from his back.
Right. Hospital.
He bullying you. Yeah. That's real, Monty. That's real. All right. How am I doing? I'll take you. And I think there's something to be said. I like that I said "and" at the beginning of that sentence, like I wasn't just not talking for a couple of minutes. I think there's something to be said about the fact that we get this gameplay section after Ellie leaves, leaves the theater, and she decides to leave Dina and Jesse behind for reasons that, of course, have to do with her wanting, to head out to find Nora and everything like that. But I also think that there's something to be said about the state that she's in emotionally, and feeling slightly isolated and everything, and just kind of being like, Jesse can maybe stay here and take care of you, or maybe you and he can talk or whatever. I just want to go. I want to go. I can't be here and I want to go. I want to find Nora. I want to do this thing. I don't want to wait, and I want to go now. And I think there's something, it's like we get this long span of gameplay where we're fighting infected and we're fighting Seraphites and we're doing all this stuff on her way to the hospital, and it's just getting harder and harder and harder for her to do this from a gameplay perspective, and also reminding us more and more and more of just how isolated she's becoming. And it's leading up to this thing that she will ultimately do to Nora that really is like one of the biggest harrowings that she experiences truly before her big descent, with what happens at the, near the end of day 3. She's hyper-focused. Yeah, she is. And you can tell in so many ways. It's like she'll make a couple of comments here or there about like, oh, you know, that's the hospital, or oh, I have to do this thing, or I have to get into this thing, you know, which in some capacity is a little bit of gameplay mechanic that you have to add into a game in some ways. A dramatic reading. Oops. Well. Tom, I keep hearing gunfire at odd hours. We have no one to protect us from this crazy cult. We can't wait for the WLF to find us. We have to trek to their base and join them. I've started stashing supplies in the safe, heading out to scout the best route. We'll be back with a plan ASAP. Be careful, MK. P.S. Almost forgot. The code is 385523. Yeah, Sheila. Lurk away. Lurk away while I just get nerdy about story. Enjoy doing the stuff that you need to get done. What was it? 385523? I already forgot it. I have a terrible memory. Maybe not so terrible. Hey. But yeah, you know, I mean, she's hyper focused and she doesn't necessarily make like the quippy kind of snarky remarks to herself. She will now and then, but she doesn't do it as much as, say, she did at the beginning of the game. And of course, at the beginning of the game, she also mostly has Dina with her, but she would kind of make, you know, snarky comments to herself or whatever it is. And it happens less and less as you play through, just because I think she's getting more and more focused and she's getting more and more into herself, which she does a lot, which at least when she had Dina sort of had the ability to kind of pull her out and pull her back to the world. And she doesn't have that now. Oh, am I swimming the wrong way? It's fine if I am. Yes, I am. This? Anytime Ellie's in the water, I'm always like, that water must be so gross. Because truly it must be. What games do you play? Well, obviously I play Last of Us. And I'm also a fan of the Borderlands games and the BioShock games. And sometimes I'll play Fortnite with a group. I don't play it that much on my own. But I'm also in the midst of playing Witcher 3, which took me a while to get. I'm super stoked for Cyberpunk, because I think Cyberpunk is going to be a little bit like Deus Ex, which I really liked as a game, personally. And I think it's going to be kind of like that, and I'm excited for that. I haven't yet played Ghost of Tsushima, but I really want to. I just haven't had a chance to buy it. I've been saving up for it. Same with Cyberpunk, so we'll see what happens when that comes out. If I'll be able to get it right away or not. You know, I'm also partial to like, I don't have a Nintendo system, but I grew up like playing the Nintendo games and stuff like that, and like the original PlayStation. I love the Resident Evil games and like the Silent Hill games, like the old school ones. I enjoy horror games a lot. I think they're fun. I haven't yet played Inside, but I really want to. Also, What Remains of Edith Finch is on the list for me to play on stream eventually.
Hands up. Do you know a girl named Nora?
Sure, yeah.
Where is she?
In the hospital.
Where in the hospital?
Yeah, they're
How
clearing
about
it
you,
for
Monty?
us.
What games do you play?
She's somewhere in there.
I like this moment with this character that Ellie ends up killing, because I think going in that genuinely she didn't intend to kill her, and that could be wishful thinking on my part, but I genuinely think that she doesn't go into this like interrogation with her necessarily intending to kill her, and then she does. And I think the line of "that was dumb" is nicely phrased and also nicely delivered, because it kind of has a double meaning. Not only that it was dumb for this character to kind of attack the way that she did, but I also think Ellie's having the reaction of like, that was dumb killing her. Like there's so much in that one line, in the "that was dumb," that I think speaks to what's going on in general. And it's it's 3 lines and it's filled with so much. Fortnite, Call of Duty, and others. Nice. I've played Call of Duty before, but I didn't necessarily get too into it. Not because I didn't like it, just because I think I got distracted by other things. When I'm working, which I am currently right now, well, not physically right now, but I am working at a job right now, and when I do, I work very long hours. And so sometimes I only have a certain amount of time to play games or whatever, and so there are times where I'm not as well versed in games as I would like to be, because I just don't always have massive amounts of time. I had a good amount of time during quarantine, and I played some. That's when I was like doing Witcher and Red Dead Redemption and stuff like that, things that I didn't have all the time in the world for before. Yeah, Fortnite I dig. I dig when I have like a group of people to go in and play Fortnite.
Am I crazy or are we a few people late?
Probably hiding with the game.
No, I mean, this is taking all day. There should have been at least 2 more units assigned to move this much inventory.
I know India was inbound. Maybe they had a dust up in the park. Previous group ran into some scars in there. I'm sure they'll get here soon.
The longer we're here, the more danger we're in. I'm not sticking around after dark.
Oh, he's gonna see me.
We got a trespasser! Right over here! Light her up!
Ambush! I think he came from over there.
I was just slightly too impatient.
Van out. Check the whole courtyard. We're not alone here.
Oh, I don't want to kill the dog.
Report in, people. Don't see
I think it came from over there!
That's not where I meant to throw that bottle.
Connor! Over here!
I don't want to kill. I would rather kind of die than kill the dog, if I'm being honest.
The hell did she go? Find her, quick!
Oh, there's someone behind me. Oh, and there's a dog.
Hey, think I saw her. I'll check it out.
I'll keep an eye.
I found it! Right there!
Yeah, they got the dog. Don't kill the dog. I know. I have killed some dogs in this game, and it's so depressing, and I hate it so much. There is one dog that is a requirement that gets killed in this game because it's in like a cutscene, and it's so depressing. I love dogs too. I have a dog. He's not with me right now. I have like joint custody of a dog, but he's the best. We don't deserve dogs, truly. Oh man, that's right. I forgot about this guy up here.
Behind the trucks!
I'm gonna come up here. I'm gonna kill this guy.
Kevin! He came from over there, quick! I hear her running! Up there!
This is in general, not the way I would like to go about doing this.
Okay.
Oh, come on. There we go.
Just like that.
I'll see what's up. Zoe! That way! It came from that way!
Oh my god, there's so many of them.
I caught her! Here! Here!
Ellie, why are you not? I'm asking you to shoot. Why are you not shooting? Thank you. Oh my god. Nope. No! Oh shit. No! I'm gonna die. It's fine. I'll die rather than kill this dog. It's fine. I would rather do that. I was trying to use the gun, Monty. It just wasn't. For some reason, it wasn't letting me shoot. Oh, I need a bottle or something. To distract away.
Ashley's been killed! We got company! Spread out!
Oh man.
What's the story?
Nothing over here.
Think our girl came back?
I'm more worried about scars.
Fuck.
Oh, damn it.
Got a visual on her! Right here!
God.
Kill her!
What do we think? Can we make it through? Nope, it's not gonna let me.
Heads up!
Oh shit.
Derek!
Ellie, no, that's not what I'm asking you to do.
I got her! Holy shit!
That's not what I wanted.
Got her! Got her!
Ah, son of a bitch!
God damn it. No, that's not gonna do it.
She's pinned
There are
down!
too many of you.
Found it! Over here! Zoe!
You're dead, you hear me?
That was literally right at you. There we go. That's a heavy case.
Damn it! Find another way off!
God, usually I'm so much better at sneaking through there. It's fine. Yeah, I think that what happens here, you know, with all of the WLF that you end up fighting here goes back to something I've mentioned multiple times, in that it's just getting harder and harder and harder for Ellie to do what she wants to do. And that's something that happens across the entire series. It happens in part 1, it happens in Left Behind, it happens to all the characters, because it's just, it's a technique of storytelling that, you know, storytellers have to employ, which is making everything harder and harder and harder and harder,
Nora?
and just throwing more and more and more difficult things at the characters, because that's how the audience knows, like, how badly your characters want something. Health is low. Yeah, I know. It's at about half.
Maybe if you posted more guards, Abby would still be herself. What the fuck was Abby here?
I'm not stupid. You're gonna tell us where she went.
Oh,
When Isaac talks to us about this, I'm gonna say what I think happened.
Knock yourself out. I've got work to do.
Nora! I'm not going down for her, man.
it is brief break time. I'm gonna refill my water a little bit, and I'm gonna use the restroom, but I will be back in just a couple of minutes. So if you want to hang around, please hang around. I'll be back like 2 or 3 minutes tops. I'll see y'all in a few. Oh, hello, all. I am back. Hold on, my computer's doing something funky. And here we go. Yeah, why not? It's here. I am back, yes. I returned. Took a break before this this pretty brutal part that's coming up.
Don't scream. Put that shit down.
Oof.
You remember me? Yeah. You remember me.
What do you want?
Her yeah is so
Abby was here earlier.
loaded.
Where'd she go?
I don't know. You shoot me. The sound will have every soldier come running.
You'll still be dead. Tell me where she went and I'll think about letting you go.
We could have killed you.
Maybe you should have. Or maybe you should have stayed the fuck out of Jackson. Where's Abby?
You still hear his screams?
What?
I hear them every night. Yeah. Yeah, that little bitch got what he deserved.
Fucking
Help! Trespasser! Somebody, please! Over here! Nora! You can't escape this!
That scene is so brutal because it's like it really is Ellie's like cresting into this like place of darkness, because you can see at the beginning of the scene that she is in control of the situation in some capacity, but she's also really, I think she genuinely means what she says when she's like, I'll think about letting you go. Oh, right. It's this way.
No, no, no!
You know, and then it's just Nora really, with her comment, you know, Ellie lets herself get lost. You know, and just like we've heard Joel say before in flashbacks where he says, like, you really got to stop letting people rile you up. You know, and it's like we see that theme for Ellie here where, you know, she lets this comment that was made
Throw down your weapon!
push her over an edge.
Back up!
Put your gun down!
You can walk away from this, okay? I can.
Shut the fuck up!
Gun down! Hands up!
Get back!
And you can even
Nowhere to
hear,
go.
like, her voice sounds different. And it's subtle, but it's there.
Get downstairs!
And of course now we're in a situation where she's damned Nora either way.
fuck's the power doing on?
Doesn't matter. Find the trespasser.
Clickers. Nora wasn't wearing a mask. What the fuck are we doing?
I don't care. I want her extracted. I want this trespasser dead.
I can't see him. And I think you also get, you know, in the moment where she's talking to Dina, and in this moment that's coming up, you get a little bit of a sense that, like, Ellie isn't necessarily good at, you know, at, like, the whole interrogation thing. Like, she's trying to be like Joel and even Tommy to an extent. Like, she's trying to do this thing and she's trying to keep it together. And it's just not her strongest suit as much as she would, you know, like to think it is. And it's not that she's, like, truly terrible at it or anything, but it's just not. She struggles with it. Which will come back, of course, in day 3. But then we get this fucking scene. Oh, and it's like they make us push Ellie towards her in, like, gameplay of this cutscene. Ooh.
Where's Abby?
You're breathing spores. You're her.
You Firefly?
You see this lovely little moment of recognition
Fireflies anymore.
in Ellie's eyes.
Where's Abby?
I'm fucking dead anyway. Why would I tell you anything?
Because I can make it quick. Or I can make it so much worse.
Think about what he did. How many people are dead because of him?
It's your last chance.
And it's like, Nora's not wrong.
I'm not giving up, my friend.
And then because, of course, we have to go on the journey with Ellie, as Ellie, we have to press square to really make her make the decision. Because we are Ellie. Ooh. 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 And the music. I mean, it's so brutal. And that we stay, like, that they chose to have the audience stay on Ellie and the camera stay on Ellie really is just like, this is really like the cresting into the descent, truly. Like, she has done this thing from which she's going to have a really hard time returning, and that she won't in so many ways. And she can't hug Dina. She can't look at anybody.
Are you okay?
Christ. Is that your What?
Like her hand is shaking.
She's hiding out in this aquarium.
Okay. Come on. Let's get you cleaned up.
And how she like briefly, for half a second looks at Jesse, but she can't look at Dina. She can't really look anybody in the eye. She can't. Ooh.
Arms up. I made her talk. It's okay. I don't want to lose you.
That scene's so hard because you get these like slivers. You get these slivers of Ellie going through this harrowing over what she's done, you know, and again, having that scene of like with her and Dina. Dina is trying so hard to pull her back into the world and out of like this shadow that she's descending down into. And it's so nice to have that quiet, intimate moment with them there because it foreshadows in such a sad way what's going to happen.
Left a lot of stuff behind.
You know, and then to have this flashback. This flashback is so well chosen and specific to have here.
There's gotta be something.
Which I'll talk about, of course, when the flashback is over. But it's from the standpoint of the creators and the storytellers, from where I'm sitting. It is like all the rest of the flashbacks.
Why'd you all leave?
Very specifically chosen to be here. And all these notes and everything, it's like they left everything. The growth has clearly mutated. Let's see if the test results corroborate our theory. This is big. By this time tomorrow, we will have altered the course of history. Jay. Whew. You know, the fact that Ellie made the decision to take this journey and to, like, do it by herself, you know, and on her own, coming all the way from Jackson to Salt Lake, you know, with essentially just Shimmer, is massive in terms of what she was looking for. And that it's like it's not like it's a safe journey. You know, and she leaves Joel a note. Like, peace, going to Salt Lake. And it's huge. You know, it's something that she has to do. It's like eating her up inside. She has to do it. Mix, how are you? Thank you for stopping by. What a moment, yes.
I don't know which group I'm gonna join. I was one of the ones that wanted to go after the smuggler and the girl. They said, even if we found her or by some miracle found someone else that's immune, it'd make no difference. Because the only person who could develop a vaccine is dead.
Oof.
Or by some miracle found someone else that's immune, it'd make no difference. Or found someone else that's immune, it'd make no difference.
I love that she listens to it over and over and over again.
Ellie! Come here. What the hell are you thinking? Running off in the middle of the night like that. You talk to me. You don't just leave me a goddamn note.
Tell me. What happened here? If you lie to me one more time, I'm gone. You will never see me again. But if you tell me the truth, I'll go back to
Mix
Jackson.
kills me too.
No matter what it is. Just say it. Joel.
Making a vaccine. Would have killed you. So I stopped.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Mix. Yeah.
Don't you fucking touch me! I'll go back. But we're done.
You know, it's so, again, it's so big and it's so powerful to have it there at the end of day 2. You know, and it's something that I think most of the audience and most players knew, that there was a sense that Ellie knew something. And she knew that Joel wasn't telling the truth. And she spends, you know, so many years excuse me, trying to figure it out and asks him a couple of times, and he doesn't want to answer her. And, you know, when she finally gets it out of him by leaving and going to figure it out on her own, she gets this piece of information that is one of her greatest fears. You know, which is that she could have been something, and she could have been important, and it was only her that was immune. And he took that from her. He took the choice from her. I've talked before about the fact that Ellie doesn't ever feel like she's gotten to make big choices in her life. They've always kind of been thrust upon her.
Yeah.
And so one of the biggest struggles, especially here, and especially why this flashback happens in this moment, one is because, you know, she's dealing with, of course, I love these posters, you know, the fallout of big decisions. Like, she made the decision to go to Salt Lake, which in turn, you know, gave her this truth that was so horrific to her. And dealing with the fallout of, again, making a big decision to make Nora talk. And
The more the merrier. Hey, look, Joel. It's your favorite.
And to sort of get that flashback here speaks so much to those choices that Ellie, you know, obviously made, but has always felt like she has been backed into a corner in having to make. And with Nora, it's just like with Salt Lake, it's something that it's like she felt like she had to make this decision to get to the bottom of something. And, you know, the last time she made this huge decision in terms of leaving and going to Salt Lake, it had a really shitty outcome for her and Joel, but she got this truth that she wanted, you know. And this point with Nora, you know, it's like she got the information she wanted, but at a massive loss, at like a loss of a huge part of herself. That is a giant popcorn tub. P.S. When are they going to shoot? Like, when are we going to get back into combat? Pretty soon. But something that I personally appreciate about this game is that there is so much story to go along with, you know, with those moments of combat, and the moments of combat really push the story forward in certain specific ways that I've talked about before, but that you're really getting so much story, which is personally my favorite kind of game to play.
Barely could get her to keep water down.
You should have woken me up.
Is she pregnant?
Yeah.
I get why you came out here. But we gotta take her back. She needs real care, and she's not gonna get that.
Yeah, I know. I can't just leave Tommy. He's out here because of me. Maybe you could take her back.
She's not gonna leave without you. Screw it. Let's get Tommy. This aquarium that girl told you about. Tommy hasn't found Abby yet. We'll post up there until he does.
And you're good with leaving Dina by herself?
Her orders.
Let's go tell her we're leaving then.
I'll just meet you up front.
Yeah.
There's so much in that scene. And in this scene. Naughty Dog is so good at that. Filling such short scenes with so much.
Hey, babe. I need you to lock the door for us.
Okay.
You know, that scene with like Jesse and Ellie, there's so much going on there in terms of confirming that Dina's pregnant, and this conversation about Abby, and this conversation about Tommy, and
Your map showed the aquarium was on the shore. Should be down this way.
of course Ellie, there is a truth
Does anyone stay dry in this
to
city?
Ellie wanting to find Tommy, and the fact that Tommy's out there because of Ellie. Like there
go for
there
it.
is truth to her saying that, but there is also an element of manipulation there, because truly Ellie is on this search for Abby, which again has a little bit to do with Tommy and finding Tommy and wanting to get him, but mostly is just that she knows that, like, if she finds
Thanks.
if she finds Tommy, she'll find Abby. But if she finds Abby, she'll find
What did
Tommy.
you show Dina?
They were hoping to find Tommy at the aquarium. I didn't
And that's
tell
her
her you knew.
her goal. Her goal is
That's
Abby.
What you're
I wasn't.
Even as she is dealing
Is
with
aquarium a wolf base?
I don't think
making
so.
the decision to
Nora said
want to take
Abby's
Dina
hiding out
back.
there.
You get her to tell you why they did it?
Yeah. Joel had falling out with some fireflies. No, former fireflies.
What kind of falling out?
He was a smuggler, and they disagreed about some goods. Fight broke out, some
Some
of them
goods.
died. Guess they wanted payback.
Damn. That change anything for you?
Nope.
I need to get clear on something. When we find Tommy, you're good with going home.
Yeah,
You'll be leaving some of those assholes alive.
Dina should be back in Jackson.
Okay. Good.
And I think as far as Ellie has fallen at this point, there is a part of her that does really mean that.
Think we can cut through that convention center?
And obviously they're story-wise, obviously they do find Tommy and everything like that, and we'll get there. And I won't start talking about that too much.
Jammed?
But there is still a part of her here. That is healthy enough just at least to get that.
You ever worried they're gonna come back to Jackson after us?
What do you mean?
I mean, we're going through a lot of their people. In their city.
Because of what they did.
Didn't Abby and her friends come to Jackson because of something Joel did?
This place isn't like Jackson. I mean, Joel and Tommy helped Abby when she got attacked. These people are trying to kill everyone around them. I mean, they shot you on sight, didn't they?
Yeah. They did.
I like there that it's like Ellie is so consumed with her goal that, just like Abby, she's not considering the fallout of what she may do. And it's like Jesse brings it up and she goes, well, what? What do you mean?
Hey, give me a hand.
And then when he presents her with what he means, instead of really taking it in, her response is, oh, well, these people aren't like us.
Through here.
Of course, without without saying it like that. You know, she says this place isn't like Jackson. But again, just the idea of like make it other.
Listen, I'm sure she'll tell you about it when she...
Yes, the bad guys are going to come. The bad guys.
Who did you hear it from?
Of course, in this game, who are the bad guys?
Last time.
Like there's a choice, man. Think of what happened.
Elmo! Ambush! Ambush! Think he came from that way! Trespasser! Drop him!
Oh. Nope, ran out.
We've got it! Right here!
Damn it, stop moving.
Hey, come closer. Fucking look me in the eye. God damn it!
It's interesting that if you let them live, they come back after you. Which I think is a little bit of like a theme of the story, but they do beg for their lives, and if you let them go, they won't like run away.
With this fucked up cult.
Heard you talk about Seraphons or something, Seraphites.
Scars is all I've heard them called. You run into any?
No.
You're lucky.
You, the bad guys. Yeah, there's good and bad on many sides of this story, which is a very big theme in this game. I've said it before, and I will certainly say it many times again, that the themes of light and shadow within each of the characters, and also how the characters mirror each other in terms of light and shadow is done very well in this game, and is a very big part of it.
What's up with all these posters?
It's a bunch of comics. Wait, what was happening here?
Gathering for people who were really into this stuff. Like you, basically.
You were born in the wrong time, man.
I love that. Because it's true. Imagine Ellie like dressing up in cosplay, going to a convention.
What were you saying? Before, about Dean. You said she'll tell me when...
Once things are wrapped up here.
I guess at some point it'll get pretty hard to hide it. Do you know if she's gonna keep it?
I don't.
love this shot.
Look at this mess.
The aquarium. It's right next to that Ferris wheel.
He's hoping Tommy has the same info.
Guess we're swimming.
Damn it. Looks like we're swimming.
Once again, this water must be so gross.
We're in there.
Working on it. Psst. Detected.
I need some more tape. I need some more tape, please. Some more binding.
Oh, no. Well, that's fine, I guess. Oh, no. Sure.
I don't hear anything. Is that it?
Yeah, I think so.
Ellie.
Okay, now that's it. This way.
It's just so cool to look at.
Dead end.
Like, damn.
Think you can get
Just
through there?
damn.
Let's see.
I would have come, you know. if you told me you were leaving.
I didn't think you'd be okay with all this.
I looked up to Joel. What happened to him was messed up. I would have come.
Joel liked you a lot too, you know? He used to think I had a crush on you.
Really?
I mean, you're handsome and whatever, but I'm not into your type.
What, Asians?
Yeah, that's obviously what I meant.
Oop. That's a counter. A dramatic reading. Oh, we also have a journal entry. Tanager. Tanager? That's what it's going to be now. Real name, Willow Vega. Brains, 60. Brawn, 40. Affiliation, Society of Champions. A shy, quiet young woman, Tanager discovered... Tanager? Tanager. Can't remember what I said before. Tanager discovered her ability to hypnotize with her singing voice at an early age, but she is only just learning to hone it. Having run away from an abusive home, she is a staunch believer in free will. She knows the cost of losing it, and often can't bring herself to take it away from others. As such, she refuses to use her powers except as the last resort. This has made her a difficult teammate for the Society of Champions, but her ace-up-their-sleeve usefulness has paid off. More than once. Neutral hero. It's like a canary. Oh, hello.
Jesus.
Oops.
What happened up here? These guys really have it in for each other.
I think it goes back years.
Wonder how it all started. Wow.
This place is fucked.
Blood's still wet. Let's get back to the street.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting how, I mean, obviously her dynamic with Jesse is going to be different than her dynamic with Dina because they're different people. But it's, excuse me, it's interesting to see that even though, you know, she's not traveling by herself anymore and she's now traveling with Jesse, she'll make some jokes with him and stuff like that, but she's still kind of devoid of her signature kind of snark.
Got him! Sweep the area for survivors.
Good job, boy.
Bravo needs to take care of it.
Storm's pretty bad. I'm sure it ain't easy driving a boat back here. It's your chance. We all know.
That's a dog. That dog should have seen me. That is the truth of the situation. I would like to attempt to get around here. I feel so bad for the whining dog. I can hear it crying. I don't like it. Baby. I turned the corner and thought that these fabrics were a person.
An ambush! Think it came from back there! Search this place. Someone must have slipped past us.
Go, boy.
It's a bit loud, Ellie.
We don't have it. Let's go, boy.
Swimming along. Oh, really weird. Pine Street. Look at that sign. I'm going to tell you all a secret. I think mannequins are super scary. They're so creepy. Oh, I don't need. It's fine. Oh, Jesse, jeez. Come out of nowhere, dude.
I think Abby picked the aquarium on purpose because it's so damn hard to get to.
That's real.
Maybe.
Jesus. How the hell are we crossing this?
We could use that road. It's pretty fucking far.
Or we use that.
The water animation is so good.
Yeah. That's better.
Come on. This way.
Let's try through here.
So what's the plan? We take these guys out, steal their boat?
Definitely taking their boat. It's up to them if they want to get in our way.
I see, Ellie. I see.
Hopefully it's a small crew.
I need some binding. Journal. What I know. They're former Fireflies from the hospital. Makes sense. It's what my gut said all along. The WLF took a bunch of them in after they disbanded. They traveled to Jackson specifically to to torture Joel. Killing him wasn't enough. Abby is hiding out in the aquarium. What I don't know. Why is Abby hiding out? Does it matter? Where are the rest of them? Do they matter if I get Abby? No. Where's Tommy? Is he still alive? He has to be. Should I tell Dina and Jesse about this? No. They can't know what Joel did. They won't understand. Do I understand? Do you, Ellie? I don't know. Again, I love the mechanic of the journal. There's so much in there.
This is wrecked.
You don't say. This way, come on.
Need a hand?
Any nearby units report. Over.
Shit. You four, take the land bridge to the marina. The rest of you, we hold here and wait for orders.
What the fuck? We're supposed to wait here while our guys are being sniped?
We have a... We'll have more than enough people to take care of one sniper.
Will they have more than enough people to take care of one sniper? Jesse, you should probably turn off your flashlight. I mean, come on.
Get to the marina through here.
No, we're taking a boat.
You heard them, right? They're talking about Tommy.
We don't know that.
Who else is it gonna be?
If it is him, he'll be gone by the time we get there. Abby is where he'll be headed, so if we just
What if
fall,
he's in trouble?
he can take care of himself.
Jesus Christ.
The best way to help Tommy is to go after Abby. You do this, I'm not saving your ass again.
I really hope you make it.
Oof. That says so much about the headspace that Ellie's in, and the fact that even though, yes, this is about finding Tommy and getting Dina home, there is still so much of a part of her that's saying, Abby, Abby, Abby. Even though it's a little earlier than I generally stop streaming, it's not by much, and I think that this is a good place story-wise to end, so that we can pick up at a cohesive spot, so I'm not stopping in the middle of something next week. So thank you, everybody, for coming by, and I will see you next Saturday. And as always, I hope you are staying happy and healthy and sane during all of this, and I hope you continue to stay so. So I will see you all next week.